Welcome. This is Ed Bartholomew, Warren County Economic Development Corporation, President and CEO. We are here this morning to conduct two public meetings. Our annual reporting as required by the Public Authority Accountability Act, which is under the jurisdiction of the New York State Authority Budget Office, as well as conducting our monthly meeting. Because of the unique circumstances that have developed through our country, Governor Cuomo, in his executive order number 1, has permitted alternative public meetings such as this to be conducted through various means of audio as well as visual. Our meeting today is being broadcast live on YouTube and will be available at any time streaming on our website at edcwc.org, as well as on YouTube under EDC of Warren County. At this particular point, we want to acknowledge Mitch Amata, who is the Treasurer of Economic Development Corporation here, who is with me this morning. Good morning, Mitch.
Good morning again. Good morning, everyone.
And we have on the phone at this point Alex Rotulio from Finch Paper as the Chief Fiscal Officer, Mike Pratt, who operates the Orta Olympic Regional Development Authority as CEO, Dr. Chris Duffy, President of SUNY Adirondack, Matt Fuller, our Chair, Laura Udu from Whittemore, Dowen, and Riccadelli, Jim Siplon from Just Beverage, Matt Simpson from the town of Horicon, and John Strahl from the town of Queensbury. Also joining us on the telephone is Lisa Daly, who is our interim bookkeeper. John Wheatley is here in the office from EDC, as well as Vicky. So that is our members. And just as a reminder on resolutions that require an approval, please indicate your name if you're making a motion in a second, as well as any questions you have or comments. Please identify yourself so we can have a recordation of that. So at this point, I would turn the meeting over to Chair Matt Fuller. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Ed. First of all, thanks to you and John, for all the work you guys have done to get these meetings together. I know we're living in interesting circumstances right now, and that the logistics here, pose an additional hurdle. But thank you guys for overcoming that, as you usually do. You guys are good. So going through, we'll take up the annual meeting here first, and to Ed's point. We're going to go through policies and things like that, and we will, go through our usual approvals. We'll ask whoever's going to make a motion and a second to state their name. And Ed, I thought if you guys could, in the same order or whatever order you want, we'll do the rolling roll call vote for approvals here over the phone, if that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So. We've all most of us all been on the board for a while and done this before. Under the Public Authorities Accountability Act, PAAA, we've got various policies and things that we are required to have and have adopted. We've adopted all of these in the past. We're all pretty familiar with them. I'm going to go through them real quick, just read them off, and we will approve these all in one resolution. If there's any discussion or questions. I don't think we've had any changes to these policies this year, so we should be in good shape that we don't have to pick them out individually. The only one I think that was new to the year here, this year anyway, was the effectiveness of our internal controls. So I'm going to read down through them. Number 1 is our certification of no conflict of interest. Number 2 is the acknowledgement of our fiduciary duties and responsibilities. Number 3, compensation, reimbursement, and attendance. Number 4, code of ethics. Number 5, the whistleblower policy. 6, our investment policy. 7, our travel policy. 8, disposition of property guidelines. 9, our pursuant policy. Number 10, our defense and indemnification policy. 11 is our bill payment process. 12 is our discretionary policy. 13 is our record retention. 14 is capitalization. 15 is conflict of interest. 16 is the EDC sexual harassment policy and complaint form. We also have our annual report. And finally, the effectiveness of our internal controls. First off, do we have any question, comment, discussion on any of our policies? All right, not hearing any. It's acceptable to everybody. I take a motion to approve the policies.
Motion to approve.
John
Stroud, I second the motion.
Ed, did you get that first and second written
Yes,
down?
yes, I did. I got Matt Simpson and John. Matt Simpson made the motion, and John Stroud from Queensbury seconded that motion.
So we could, any further discussion on this motion? If we could roll the vote.
Okay, Mitch Amato? Yes, he's nodding
Yes.
his head, yes.
Yes.
Alex?
Yes.
Mike Pratt?
Yes.
Dr. Duffy?
Yes.
Matt Fuller?
Yes.
Laura? Jim
Yes.
Jim Siplon?
Yes.
John Stroud?
Yes.
And Matt Simpson.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Now on to item 3 in our annual meeting agenda, approval of the 2019 audit and financial report from our CPAs, Marvin and Company. Ed, Mitch, if somebody want to just quickly hit the comments or anything on that?
Thank you, Matt. Yes, I will. Included in your packet is the final audit report. It's prepared by Marvin and Company. First of all, I'd like to thank Ed and Lisa Daly. A lot of transition this year, and they did a very great job in coordinating and transitioning, and the audit is very indicative of their fine work. Also, Judy Calagero, Jim Siplon, and Laura Ledoux serving a lot of time on the Finance Committee. The first page of the audit will go through some of the communications from Marvin and Company. The first page you will see towards the bottom, the financial statements disclosures are neutral, consistent, and clear. There were no difficulties encountered in dealing with management in performing and completing the audit. So very, very positive news there. The second page, you talk about management representations. The audit has indicated we have requested and received all the appropriate representations from management that are included in the audit. And to the auditor's knowledge, no one within the EDC has consulted with any other accountants to try to influence any of the audit recommendations or results. As you turn into the audit, you go to page, page 2 of the audit opinion. You'll see the opinion stated up top. The EDC has received a clean opinion, what I would call the unqualified opinion. So there was nothing noted that concerning at all with regards to the preparation and presentation of the financial statements. In the same packet, if you would please reference page 14. Page 14 does reference in footnote 11 a significant entry that was recorded in this year's audit. The EDC did have a piece of land on its books at a value of $141,000. that was acquired from the Hudson River LDC in 2008. As we discussed at our previous meeting, the value was based upon the land and the raising of the building at that time. The value of $141,000 has been carried consistently on the books of the EDC. The EDC, we did approve the sale of the parcel for $50,000 to further the mission of economic development. As a result of the appraisal, a recent appraisal that we did receive, tying right to the $50,000 reflected in our sales price, we did have to take an impairment entry of $91,000. Any questions at all? I'd be happy to answer them. Okay. Besides, that was what I would say was the only significant entry that we need to be aware of and make sure we fully understand. On the next page, they talked about some internal controls. The last paragraph, the audit did not identify any deficiencies in internal controls that would be considered to be a material weakness. So again, very good. And also something very important on page 16 is the statement on compliance and other matters. The last sentence speaks about there were no instances of non-compliance or other matters that would be required to be reported under government auditing standards. So all in all, very clean audit, very fine communication from our auditors to the board, and thank you again, Ed and your team, for getting us to this point. Any questions? Be happy to answer them. No questions?
That was great. Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Matt.
If we could have a motion to approve the 2019 audit and financial report.
This is Alex Rotolo. I motion to approve the audit report.
There's a motion by Alex. A second.
Jim Siplon seconds it.
Second by Jim. If there's any discussion. Ed, can you call the roll?
Sure can, yes. Mitch Amato,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
I'm back.
yes, we're voting on the report on the 2019 audit and financial report. A motion has been made and
Okay, I
seconded.
heard your whole entire report, Ed, but I was cut off. I lost service, so I just dialed back in, and my vote is yes.
Thank you. Dr. Duffy,
Yes.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Jim Siplon,
Yes.
John Stroud,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes.
Affirmative vote.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. Moving now, the next item there on our agenda, the Chief Executive Officer and Treasurer Annual Certification.
Yes.
Hold on here. Hold on. Lost my. Bear with me just a second. I'm sorry, I just lost my web connection to my agenda. Oh, here we go. All right, sorry about that. Back to motion for the approval of the Chief Executive Officer and Treasurer's annual certification.
Chris Duffy makes the motion.
Did you get
I'll
that?
second it. Mike Pratt.
Any further discussion? Ed, anyone?
No. We'll go roll call vote. Mr. Chair, Mitch,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
Yes.
Dr. Duffy,
Yes.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Jim Siplon,
Yes.
John Strahl,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes. The third bullet there under our approval is the designation of professionals retained and approved relationships for 2020. Ed, do you want to hit those real quick?
Yeah, what this is we recognize those under ABO as continuation, but they both would be, are subject to contracts to be prepared between EDC and Warren and EDC and the respective professional designated within this group here. And the two is the two are Marvin and Company, which is in the middle of their contract. So therefore, that contract would remain, but Harris Beach would be subject to a updated contract between EDC and the firm.
Do we have a motion to approve the retention and approve relationship for 2020, subject to the contract for Harris Beach?
John Straub, I'll make that motion.
We have a second.
Mike Pratt,
I'll second that. Yeah, okay, Mike Pratt. Any further discussion at all? Ed, can you call the roll?
Yes, Mitch,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
Yes.
Dr. Duffy,
Yes.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Jim Siplon,
Yes.
John Straub,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes. All right, and under the first bullet there, the reappointment of Jim and Mitch to the EDC board. I believe we are all in favor of this. If I could get a motion to reappoint the two fine gentlemen.
I'll move that. I'll make Matt Simpson.
Matt, second.
Happy to second it, Mike Pratt.
Mike Pratt on the second. Ed, can you call the roll?
Yes, I can. Mitch,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
Yes.
Dr. Duffy,
Yes.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Jim Siplon,
Yes.
Yes.
John Strahl,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes. All right, well, the next one we're going to do together. We don't need to do them separate unless there's an objection to any of the sections here. But we'll have a resolution to appoint the Audit and Finance Committee members and Governance Committee members for 2020-2021. Audit and Finance is Mitch, Jim, Judy, and Laura. Governance is Chris, Mike, Chris Barden, and Alex. Can I have a motion to approve this?
Motion
Make
approved.
that motion, Matt Simpson. I'll
Second.
John Straub.
John Shaw, second. Any further discussion? Ed, can you please call the roll?
I sure can. Mitch,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
Yes.
Chris Duffy,
Yes, sorry.
that's all right. Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura Ledoux,
Yes.
Jim Siplon,
Yes.
John Strahl,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes.
All right, glad to see I'm not the only one hitting mute and then yelling at the phone. Item 5, resolution to designate our officers for 2020-2021. Chair, me, Vice Chair Chris Barden, Treasurer Mitch Motto, Secretary Judy Calgiles. Absent the objection, I'll take a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion. Chris Duffy.
I'll second it, Mike Pratt.
Second by Mike Pratt. Ed, call the roll, please.
Alex,
Yes.
Mitch,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
Yes.
Dr. Duffy,
Yes.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura Ledoux,
Yes.
Jim Siplon,
Yes.
John Stroud,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes.
Ed, did you have anything else added to the agenda after it was printed? Any other business?
There is no other business to come from my perspective on the agenda.
Okay, does anybody else have any other questions or comments here on our annual meeting matters? Hearing none, I will take a motion to adjourn the annual meeting. Oh, actually, one quick question. Did we approve last year's minute?
We have not got the minutes. I'm just getting, no, we did not. We can send those out.
We can do that at our next
We
meeting. I
can,
suppose.
yes, we can do that at our next meeting. Also, number, the fifth, the reporting of the Public Authorities Law 2800 operations is just a part of the document, the overall documentations here that we have to submit to the ABO as a package here that we have contained within our packet right here, has to be submitted as an entity to ABO. So I would need a resolution relative to that issue on number
Do you
5.
need a motion to approve the 2800 form?
Yes.
I'll make that motion. Do I have a second?
John Stroud, I'll second.
Ed, can you call the roll?
Mitch,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
Yes.
Dr. Duffy,
Yes.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura Ledoux, Jim
Yes.
Siplon,
Yes.
John Stroud,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes.
So Ed, we'll make a note just in the record, maybe under other business, just before we adjourn, that we will review and approve last year's annual minutes, hopefully at our April meeting. So we will adjourn that portion of our annual meeting just to revisit those minutes. So if we can, on the next month's monthly meeting agenda, just throw in a number 1 bullet above it, continuation of the annual meeting for the purposes of approving the minutes.
We'll do that.
Okay. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn the annual meeting to our April meeting for purposes of approval of the minutes, and otherwise adjourn the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second by Mike Pratt. We'll just do a unanimous. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstained? Carried. Thank you for working through that with us, everyone. On to our monthly meeting. We'll just re-note the form of the board. Ed, you can just re-note it on the top there. We don't need to go through it again. If we could have we'll approve both sets of minutes here together, February 25th, February 12th. Hold on, I gotta get to my link again. I think it's cutting out on me. My internet's not so good here. Oh, here we go. Gotta get back up here.
Can I see your mouth?
Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Alex Rotolo, motion to approve.
And a second?
Duffy, second.
Just do a, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstained? We will call the minutes carried. Mitch, on to you, financial.
I'm gonna ask Lisa to go through the February financials. They're included in your packet.
Good morning, Lisa.
She's probably on.
Is it?
Yeah. She's
Yelling
in-
at her phone on mute.
Yeah. She
I'm
may-
sorry, I tried to unmute it and I hung up, so I had to call back in. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna find them in here. So, based on the year-end audit, they did write off some 2019 memberships, which are not included in this report because I just got the adjusting entries from the auditors this week. And so we did write off $14,750. But I'm happy to report that BN Communications, National Grid, and PrimeLink all paid their 2019 membership subsequent to these reports. So that's some happy news. And as noted in the financials, we have not sent out the 2020 membership invoices yet. That's really the biggest note, I think, as far as February goes. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them.
So Lisa, Mitch, so the balance sheet will be trued up rolling forward based upon the approval of the 2019 audit?
Absolutely, the balance sheet and the accounts receivable, yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So I just was looking at the statement of financial position. I know it's just a snapshot there. It looks like our cash is growing. Is that because we had some bills out that we haven't paid, or is our cash growing?
I would say the cash is growing, and that's probably due to the fact that we have not had a lot of program expenses,
Okay.
or expenses related to programs.
So that may be that could be a timing. We'll watch that as we go through the first and the first quarter and into the second.
Yep. This is just a note I had when I looked them over here.
Yep.
Does anybody else have any other questions or comments on the financials? If not, can I have a motion to approve the financials?
Stephanie, make the motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Can sit on the second. Ed, did you call the roll on the financial, please?
Yes. Alex? Mike?
Yes, hello?
Okay. Hello, Alex. Alex reports yes. Mike Pratt?
Yes.
Dr. Duffy?
Yes.
Matt Fuller?
Yes.
Laura Ledoux? Jim Siplon?
Laura?
Oh. Laura, was
Sorry,
that you?
Laura, yes.
Okay, thank you, Laura.
Laura, yes.
Jim Siplon?
Yes.
John Stroud?
Yes.
Matt Simpson?
Yes.
Thanks, everybody. Obviously, well, we just did audit and finance. Is there anything separate from the above from audit and finance?
Could you just tell me who seconded that motion?
Jim Siplon.
Okay, thank you.
Back down to committees. Mitch, anything else on audit and finance?
Nope, good to go. Thank you, Matt.
Dr. Duffy, governance.
Yes, the governance committee did not meet this past month due to the timing of the strategic planning process, which has been one of our primary focus areas. So I have no report.
Thank you. Yeah, so Ed, to your report, and I
Yes.
just on that note, that Dr. Duffy just brought up on the strategic planning. You know, again, thank you, everybody. I know that's a significant devotion of time, and really for the organization, I appreciate everybody's hard work on that. That is moving in a great direction, and look forward to getting some results out of Cameron on that. Ed, to your report.
I would ask, Mr. Chair, if we could readjust the calendar somewhat to allow Mitch has to depart very shortly.
Yep.
And again, we had under number 7 to approve the 2019 audit prepared by Marvin and Company. Again, just
Can certainly do that.
Mitch.
Let's do that right now. Can I have a motion to approve the 2019 audit?
Mitch
Motion
Amato.
made, Matt Dixon.
Alex
Made
Rotolo,
by
second.
Vincent, seconded by Alex. Any further discussion? Ed, hit the roll on that.
All right, Mitch,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Mike Pratt,
Yes.
Dr. Duffy,
Yes.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura Ledoux,
Yes.
Jim Cipollon,
Yes.
John Stroud,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes.
Again, thank you.
Ed, you want to hit it
Thank you.
real quick?
Yeah, real quick. Basically, you received a brief message from me yesterday that we sent out to our board. Thank you, Mitch. To our board, to our members in our constant contact, relative to what we are attempting to do is to work with the various federal, state, local agencies and provide pertinent information as it affects our business community and municipalities relative to various programs that are being proposed and implemented during this period of time. And most importantly, while these programs from the federal government and state government are being proposed, so we are waiting some regulations as they pertain particularly to the executive order yesterday as it pertains to exemption from the reduction of 25% workforce in certain areas such as in manufacturing and so forth. So we view that as our one of our key roles in providing that updated information. And secondly, just to report, we have received approximately 20 to 25 phone calls in the last 2 days relative to particularly small businesses as it is affecting them, particularly those that have loans with our local development corporation, wondering if there's any possibility of extending out the loans, and et cetera. So we have a meeting next Tuesday, EDC, with the local development corporation in Warren County to map out some strategy and criteria to permit that. We do have a one particular loan that SBA is rolling out that we have been communicating with, and will be providing information this morning online to individuals that have requested information such as this, as well as to our members, and working through the New York State Business Development Center. There is a recommended website which we're showing now on the YouTube for people to go to as a portal, as entry in for assistance in this particular area. But that's one of many programs. And again, there are rules and regulations. It is not just an outright loan. There are requirements, low interest at 3.75%, but you are subject to a credit check and so forth in doing that. So we want to get that information out to our members, as well as the professionals from accounting firms to legal firms to others, to assist them and their particular clients. So that really is a very short summary of what our plans are in mapping that out. And then from an internal operation point of view, recognizing the requirement by the governor to reduce our staff by substantial amount of percentage here, we'll be meeting with myself, John, and Vicki this afternoon to work out a adjusted work schedule going forward. However, people that will not be in the office will be working at home, and we will have access, whether we're here or at another phone, will be available to assist during this important period of time.
Hey, Ed, this is Alex Rotolo. I just want to make a comment. I think the EDC, and I don't know what we should do publicly, but that doesn't really matter. It sounds like you're already going down this path, but open it up to the other members. These are extraordinary times. We should do everything we can to make it easy for forbearance of loans for, the next month or more. And if the EDC needs to have I don't know what kind of formal proclamation or what have you, for the EDC, for the LDCs, to let them know our views on this. It's extraordinarily important. Cash flow is everything right now. The economy will come back, but we don't need to be going after loans in the short term. It sounds like that's the way you're going, but I just want to make that really well known. I'll mention one other thing. I urge all the businesses that you talk to, and Finch will have some leadership here. We have located N95 masks in our facility, our storeroom. We're donating to Hudson Headwaters, Glens Falls Hospital, and Saratoga Hospital, an even amount to each. And we believe we have more resources as well. So I would urge the businesses to help the hospitals. It's just the right thing to do. And if they need a business reason, we need this area to not become a hotbed from an economic point of view as well, let alone the social and loss of life that could occur.
Well,
I'm fielding a lot of calls from my small business clients, and right along those points. And that, I would agree. If you think that it's worth us to have, a resolution or something in support of the LDC considering forbearance, more than happy to weigh in on that. I know the banks regionally. I talked to 3 of them, and they're, I'm already seeing forbearance documents coming out of banks, and that was, like a 24, 48-hour turnaround. So, the banks are really jumping ahead of this, too, to ease that cash crunch on principal and interest. I'm seeing minimum kickouts of 90 days without even asking a question. So, I would agree. Anything LDC can do, and from the business side, too, it's good to get that information out there. I know ESD is coming out with information pretty much by the hour on all this stuff, too, that I'm just getting forwarded around. So, whatever we can do.
Hey, Matt, Ed, great job running the meeting. I have to jump.
Thank you
Okay,
for
thanks,
participating, Mike.
You're welcome. Good luck.
So, Ed, if you think we should do a resolution, or you think it's worth it,
I see no harm. I see no harm in that. I think that we are talking. I'm communicating with other LDCs around the state, as well as getting some direction from some agencies on the type of criteria that would be needed for any type of forbearance, and to minimize any type of extensive paperwork that has to be accompanied with this. And then the second issue on the forbearance is also some that are one step above that, and asking for a readjustment of their loan per se outright beyond just the 90-day extension and pushing it out by 90 days. So that's kind of subset 2 that is being addressed, as well as working with another group that would not be eligible for SBA for a variety of reasons that we are attempting to set up potential funding within the portfolio of funds from the LDC that I'll be discussing Tuesday at the county LDC meeting. So I certainly would welcome a resolution of support and urging what has been outlined very well by Alex and by you, Matt.
Hey, I'll just mention one other thing. One other thing here on that note. I think that things can get mired down in discussions on entities like the LDC, and I'm not singling that out, but any entity right now. So far as people want to redo their loans even beyond the 90 days, and that's not tenable and what have you. I think speed is what's important here. That's why you're seeing banks just put 90. So whatever the least effort is should just be approved in a quick manner, and most importantly, communicated to businesses. The quicker businesses have this information, they will make decisions that won't harm our local economy as much.
Yeah, so if we want, just kind of crafting as I sit here, we could have maybe a motion along the lines of encouraging, LDCs and IDAs to work with loan, grant, or benefit recipients in the most expeditious way possible, the grant relief based on the current economic circumstances. I just kind of rattled that up quick here, sitting here. But I think something along those lines.
I'm in favor of that language.
I think that's appropriate, Matt. I think that gets right to the point of the embodiment of what we're looking to do here.
Alex, you want to make that motion?
Alex Ortolo, motion to approve the resolution as outlined by Matt.
I'll second it. I don't think we need to roll call if we want to do
No.
Who seconded it?
Matt, sorry.
Oh, okay, thanks.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll call that carried. Perfect. Anything more on your planning end, Ed?
No, other than just the fact that the contract has been signed by the parties, and they're working through the closing documents at 139 Warren Street as we speak.
And Alex, I assume that lines up on your end too? Is your part working on that?
I am not sure, but I will check in again now that I received that information. I appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. Ed, the only other one we had under approval resolutions was a reaffirmation of the affordable housing study. You want to comment on that?
Yes, we're now at a point, and there's attached in our transmittals the MOU that outlines the scope of the project, our contribution of investment of $10,000, and then the Warren County LDC contributing another additional $10,000 for a total study of $20,000. We are assisting in part of a team effort. This is going to be spearheaded by Pat Tadish from the Warren County Planning Department itself. Pat has extreme expertise and experience in housing issues in Warren County for several years now. And so I think that this is one of those priority projects for the county, as well as important for EDC in terms of addressing affordable housing study. Particularly, we're talking about the North Country within Warren County itself. We've had great participation and support from the up-county supervisors, and we hope to undertake this in two steps here. One is that we are collecting data that can be readily obtained by Warren County personnel and other means, and then secondly, selecting a consultant from the list of approved consultants from Home Community Renewal, and be able to get out on the street with this and have a report by the end of this fall, so that we could then go to the next step of actually sitting down and talking to potential developers in the North Country for next year.
Do you need a motion
Yes.
to move? Matt Simpson.
Second?
Chris Duffy, second.
Ed,
Yes.
unless you think we need to roll on that, you want to roll it?
We're good. To Dr. Duffy,
Yeah.
Matt Fuller,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Jim Siblon,
Yes.
John Strow,
Yes.
Matt Simpson.
Yes.
That's all I have at this
Do we have-
point, Matt.
That's it. I don't think we have any executive session needed.
No.
Anybody else have anything else?
Everybody stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
and I really mean it. I know you speak to a lot of businesses. Some of the larger businesses have a lot of resources and stuff in their facilities. I would always, when they reach out, we should be helping them, but also asking them in return, masks, what have you. There will be a shortage, and many industrial businesses keep that on site. It's not a typical thing for hospitals to have a lot of, and so collectively we can help out here.
We will be putting something out as part of our message here today, Alex. Thank you for that suggestion.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Unless there's anything else, we'll adjourn this meeting, this regular monthly meeting.
Motion to
Bye,
adjourn,
everyone.
Chris Duffy.
Seconded
Aye.
by Matt. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you very much. This concludes our meetings. We want to thank you very much for those that are watching on YouTube. This will be on a constant stream on the EDC Warren County site, as well as on the our website at edcwc.org. And we want to thank you for your support and interest. And again, we will be updating regularly on the various impact of businesses and what the programs are available at the local, state, and federal level on our website and other platforms. So thank you very much. And please stay tuned. We'll also be posting as to our next meeting, whether it will be going back to our regular in-person meetings or that we'll be continuing this for a period of time. Thank you, Peter Pate, for undertaking this production today as producer director, and please stay well. Thanks.